are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. Once again, it is the Barnes and Tony Show on a hump.
Wow. Manny's pissed. Kev, do the sound.
Yanni, mic's not working. What is happening?
What is happening, dude? Don't worry. Stand by. Power outage.
Oh, so there we go.
No, yeah, this is right now. This is my computer microphone. Back onto the roadcaster now. Brian, 1-2.
Yeah, 1-2.
Yes, dude.
If Yanni, we could get one more. There we go, just to confirm. But I would imagine we're good. But I don't know if anybody heard. Okay, we're good. We're good. But it's funny, Tony. I was thinking I can't remember. He said no, it's like an echo with everything, and then now Kev just a better bingo. So, yes, there we go. Okay, we're good. But I can't remember the last time we started the show coming off 2 New York wins. It's kind of been a while, no?
Yeah, has it? I feel like it happened didn't it happen last week? No,
I don't think so, dude. I don't think so. I think like the couple games the Yankees or whatever, the Mets won recently.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Yankees had lost that day or whatever.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Mets are really turning it around here.
You think Dan Gross is excited about that?
No, I don't know, dude. I mean, I think they were actually just talking about it before the end of the show.
Yeah.
How they're not really sure, like, should the Mets kind of like blow it up, like, which they do sort of deal.
But you're not sure. I mean, come on, honestly.
I mean, it sucks, dude, because it's just like you said yesterday. That's like the fan in you talking, you know, like because you don't really want to have to blow it up, but you know, you got to stay out ahead of it.
Yeah. And it's, you know what it reminds me of? Remember earlier in the year, and I feel like I got some pushback from people, but I was saying like, this is it for Rizzo. Like this is last year, and it's like, you know, even though at times like he looks better, he's got to go. Like you can't give him money for a couple of years.
Yeah, you really can't. You can't, dude.
No, that's it. And I want to talk more Grassa, Tony. Before we do that, lots of comments. So let's get to those. I'm excited for a little rebuttal on Kevin Dude's comment. But let's get to that.
Dude?
Yeah.
All right. Let's start off with Josh B first, obviously.
Josh
B. He was first. As what is up, fam? Yankees keep it rolling, but there's too much time left. Barnes with the call of the year on DNR today. Ha 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 ha. Hashtag TC, hashtag sports, hashtag DTV, dude. And it was a great call. I know we'll get to that, dude. Kev Du also in the house with a big let's go. He wants to smoke. Damn, Brian, you are too high on the Yankees. They are good, but you're acting like they can't be beat. Mark my words, he says. They won't win the championship.
And what I have to say on that is, I think Kev Du might be too high on the hashish to start. And then the other comments for the Yankees, I would say, all I have to say there is let's just let what happens on the field play out.
Yeah.
And then I think then we'll have an answer to what you're saying.
I mean, that's correct, dude. Time will tell, as we say. And of course, Kev, you can't listen today. He's in the basement. Yeah. I know your typical remarks towards me. It's all good. I will have a tissue for you in the end of October, dude. Act like he knows it.
We'll see who has the tissue in October, Kev.
We'll see who has the tissue, dude. Then Lonnie, of course, here you go. The shirt is matching the hat. Bang, dude.
Hey, I mean, you could say I've learned a thing or two, Tony.
Yep, and then there he goes teasing you the Yankees PJs, dude.
Hey, we're gonna get to the Grassa. We are getting to Grassa.
And then you and Josh B battling?
Yeah, I think he's up 8-6, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really, dude? You can't. Dude,
yeah,
come on.
Dial
it in. I picked up Vientos.
Yeah, 6-7. I got fucked because Trevor Williams went on the injured list after I already picked him up. I've already done too many moves. I usually don't even max out my moves.
Well, you
but
deserve
I did a couple things on Monday, and he would have pitched well 7-6. Yeah, it's a shame we won't know.
Josh B's laughing at himself right now, like that probably.
But yeah. So with the Grassa call, obviously, there was a couple mentions of LeMahieu, Tony. But start to finish, I mean, what was your honestly thoughts about what I said, how he responded? I mean, what were your thoughts?
No, I think your point was certainly made. I'm trying to remember. Obviously, your point is that the whole Grassa trying to fish for things, because you're the Mets fan, whatever, it's your mentality, and the whole LeMahieu thing, which clearly, I mean, he was wrong about. There's not
He's
much.
Irrelevant.
It is. Yeah. He obviously is irrelevant. Even Zach and I were talking about it. I mean, we don't even hear much about him.
No, he's hitting ninth.
Literally crazy, dude. So he really, I mean, obviously Grassa couldn't say much there, but I think that you guys had a good back and forth going,
and I think it would have kept going. I think so
too.
Did Dan cut it? You think? Do they cut it, or is that up to
they
RJ?
Have the ability to hang up.
Because I don't think Dave cut it. Because I didn't hear this part, but you said that he's like, oh, I want more Brian.
Yeah, I'm not done with Brian. He says like that.
No, because I was going to talk to him because he was talking Soto extension too. But you're saying you think he was down to keep going, and I think he liked it too because I wasn't going after him. Right. I was just going after Dan.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Dave was probably all about it, dude. Are you kidding me, dude? And again, also it was good conversation too. I mean, like what you said too about them, fixing their offense was their problem from last year's playoffs, and they did that, and now the pitching is doing well, and it's like,
and come on, I mean, the comparisons to 2022 are asinine. Giancarlo Stanton was your second best player. Right now, what's he? Your fourth best player, your fifth best player, and he's hitting moonshots like he did last night. I mean, it's a completely different animal.
Yeah, I forget the exact stat from last night, but like I think the three of them have either 15 or more home runs.
It might have been the first time in Yankees history through
whatever
60,
many games or however many games. Yeah. Which is crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's the first time it's ever happened. So obviously it's not like any other year.
Right. Exactly. And then to say that, and I even said it, I'm like, to say that the difference isn't just Juan Soto. I mean, he's changed the approach to the lineup.
Yeah.
It's just a completely different team. And it was so funny too, because this goes back before this season, because me and Matt were just like heard what Dan had to say about the Yankees and the whole LeMahieu thing and all that. And like I was planning on doing this all year, and it just kind of came to me this morning, and Lonnie kind of gave me the idea to call in because I texted him. And I'm like, I just can't take this with Dan. It's just insane. But I had said to Matt, I knew that Dan was going to say, you're the type of guy that end of the season, something goes. And again, with the going wrong, this goes back to what I said yesterday about the whole disease thing. It really is a Mets thing. There's no, like you're saying, if this, if that. And it's like, but nothing has pointed to that. So why are you even bringing it up? So, and then he's assuming that I said we should sign Blake Snell, which I never said.
Yeah. You said the opposite on the show.
So to me, I think that was the ultimate deflection by Dan. He didn't answer about LeMahieu, and then he's assuming that I said that we wanted to sign Snell, and then he didn't let me get through the whole comment.
Yeah. So it's crazy, dude.
So whether maybe I'll be able to sneak in a call before the beach bash. If not, I'll save it for there. Maybe I should, but I was gonna follow up the Dan stuff to ask Dave because he said, "Oh, I don't want to get too much into it, but I don't think the Yankees are gonna re-sign Soto," and I was going to get into that.
Right.
Just a normal conversation. But I don't know. You think save it for the bash, or what? I don't know.
I don't think you need to save it for the bash.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Dan's not going to be there.
No, it's funny too. I almost wonder if if he doesn't go because he thinks he's gonna get chirped.
Oh my gosh. No, I don't think so. I mean, everyone else goes. Everyone gets chirped.
Yeah. But
If Rosenberg can sit there, I think
I
Grosset can
really
do it.
wanted him to come though, honestly. Oh man. I would have loved to do that. That would have been hilarious, Tony. But and I have to say too, and Lonnie was saying this as well. RJ was great on the phone. It answered the phone right away. I called, maybe a couple minutes after the show started. And then like I was on hold for 15 minutes and then went back to me, made sure what my name is, where I'm from. And was like, oh yeah, just make sure you take it off speaker. I mean, what a producer, honestly.
That's great, dude. Well, professional has been there for a while now.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, exactly. So they know what they're doing.
Yeah, dude.
Which is great.
Yeah, it was a great call-in, dude.
Yeah,
it was fucking hilarious.
I mean, and it's like I almost want to call in again because I guess the rest of the week he's gonna be there. But I almost think it would be better because me and Matt were talking about this yesterday, coincidentally enough, like to call just to Grassa's show, just to go one.
Oh yeah. I feel like Grassa too. If he is like doing a solo show at some point, like he'll probably have you on.
Yeah,
like he'll sit there and talk to you for a while.
Yeah. Which I really want to do. And I know, we're kind of, we're going to talk about the game last night, and all this, but I have to just with the Soto thing, and I'm sure I'll probably say some of the same stuff when I eventually do talk to Dave about this, but I was going to make this point. And I've probably made it before, but just to think that they're not going to re-sign him. I don't know. I just think that that's crazy to say, just given the history of the Yankees, the results he's producing, this year. And there really is no answer to this, but I was saying like the last time the Yankees in the last 20 years, and it probably goes back further than this, where there was someone that was really good, a top player in baseball, that they wanted to re-sign, but weren't able to. I cannot think of one example other than Robinson Cano. But that was obviously great that they didn't do that. And I think part of why they didn't go all out for Cano was because of his tendencies in the field, almost Glaber-like in a sense, with like loafing, not running out balls.
Head in the clouds, dude.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that was more along that reason. But I mean, I know like, teams are offer a lot of money, but don't you think too with the money, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. We know Shohei Ohtani got $700 million.
Right.
But he pitches as well. That's why he got $700 million. I don't think Soto is getting $700 million. If I had to put a number on it, I'm thinking it falls between $550 and $600 million.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's no reason Soto's going to be offered more than Ohtani. That's not going to happen. And I mean, in terms of like, other teams offering him a lot of money, I mean, certainly that's going to be on the table. There's going to be a lot of offers for Soto. But I mean, at the end of the day, like you said it yesterday, I mean, Soto's going to want to go somewhere where he can win, not only win, but like, for a team that's like got a big name, like obviously Yankees is that type of team. And like, dude, I mean, not for nothing. Like, look around the league right now. I know you're talking about how good the Yankees are and everything, but there's a lot of teams out there that are not doing well that were competitive last year. Like, look where the Diamondbacks are right now. Look where the Astros are, dude. Even the Dodgers. I know they have like 38 wins or something.
The Rangers.
But the Rangers being one of them too. I mean, but like, like I said, the Dodgers seem like they're limping into a play. Like, Padres aren't contending.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of these teams, and I mean, all things do look to the Yankees going to the World Series right now. The way they're playing, the way the league looks like that. So like, how could you imagine a player doing that and then be like, nah, I don't want to come back next year?
And I don't know. I mean, I think the Yankees will at the rock bottom somewhere between $500 and $550 million. And I don't see another team going more than 600. So it's like, he's gonna. I'm trying to think of. He's gonna go to the San Francisco Giants for an extra $50 million. I don't think he wants to go there. I don't think he wants to live. Like, why does he want to go to the Giants?
Yeah, no, and I mean, like we've seen players in the past like take less money to go to the team that they want to.
Yeah,
like that happens all the time, dude.
Yeah.
So again, and even if some team does come along and offer him a lot of money, I can't see the Yankees at least not matching it or coming close to it to the point where Soto will be like, okay, I'd rather stay here anyway. I'll take a little bit less. I'll just stay here. Like, why not?
And we forget too, a lot of talk is, about Brian Cashman and his kind of mindset and all of that. But at the end of the day, this is a Hal Steinbrenner decision. And I think we easily forget because this season has been so great. But last year was a train wreck. And really the last couple of years, Hal is not used to the type of criticism that he's received. I mean, getting booed off the field at Yankee Stadium. I mean, that's pretty crazy. And you think about when he grew up, and he's working with the Yankees, and George is running the team. I mean, that's unheard of. He could never fathom that, and I think that really bothered him. And now that he's got a taste so far this season of the opposite of the way that it should be, he's not gonna just let that walk out the door for nothing. There's no way that's happening. And I just think there is something to, yes, Soto does want the most money. There's no way he's signing up to go to a losing team. And it just seems like he's having so much fun out there. Like you saw with the Padres, there was tension with Machado. There's no tension in this locker room. This is as great as a clubhouse, a locker room, whatever you want to call it, that we've ever seen.
Yeah, dude. And again, use the Padres as an example. I mean, their clubhouse still looks like it's not good. Like, honestly, like their sentiment over there doesn't look great.
And it is kind of interesting too. Like when you really think about it, not that long ago, I was like really pissed off at Aaron Boone. And when you think about it, all these problems the last couple of years, I really think they were all on Brian Cashman. I don't think Aaron Boone had anything to do with it. And if anything, I mean, he helps the locker room. I mean, think about it. I mean, there's a lot of guys from last year's team. Last year was a train wreck. There's no issues in the locker room. And we've heard from other people, players love him. I guess that is a true thing.
Yeah. I mean, if that's one thing we've heard is that the players do appreciate him. But I still think it does. I mean, I guess it's not a crazy thing to think because, I mean, I feel like when we do talk about Boone, a lot of it is the fact that he is like a puppet, quote unquote, because he just kind of does what he's told, which obviously, I mean, you're a people pleaser at heart. I mean, that's what you're going to do, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's always been more of a Cashman issue. But I mean, regardless, I mean, do you still consider Boone being a good manager if he is like just that puppet? Like, is he really that great of a manager if he just does what Cashman does?
I guess what I was more going to spin this to you is, this year philosophy's been different. Starters are going longer in the game, throwing more pitches. Guys aren't getting rest days. Do you think that they're just giving them autonomy? Because I did hear about that in the offseason. Or because it is a quick flip, and obviously we think Cashman was at the the precipice of it. But I mean, do you think that it's just they've given him reins to do whatever he wants? I'm kind of thinking that they did.
It's definitely possible. I mean, regardless of what the reason is, I mean, clearly Boone is making some type of adjustment. With that, with limiting pitches and innings and whatnot. And going away from like the random days off. Yeah. Remember, I feel like last season they would have literally they would have an off day as a team, and then Judge would be in the lineup the next day because an off day. Yeah, exactly. Which is so odd. And also again with the pitching things, I would imagine like Matt Blake is all for that. A coach of his desire. Oh my God, Sharon, what are we looking at right now?
I'm a little scared right now. I don't know what that is. Oh my God, that actually caught me off guard. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that kind of got me a little bit, dude.
Hopefully none of that my coffee. Oh man,
thanks, Rob.
Definitely not. Oh. The special effects story.
I mean, if you weren't, awake now, dude.
Oh, we're awake.
Yeah, now wide awake, dude.
Wait, but stupid question, but what is that? What is that? Because I was thinking fog machine at first, but a fog machine, you don't shoot out air out of it.
Yeah, no, that was almost like.
Oh, that's one of those things. Like if you go to a pool party, and you're like,
yeah,
right? Isn't that what that is? I don't know what it's called.
Smelled kind of weird.
Yeah, no, dude. Give me with my mouth. I don't know about you. What the fuck? But I do think though that the strategy they've seen that was the worst strategy you could imagine. It doesn't work. And how interesting too. Yes, we have the Clark Schmidt injury situation, but again, it's earlier. But I feel like already at this point, the last couple of years, we would have 3, 4, 5 more times injuries than we have right now. We don't have any injuries. We just have guys coming back and Clark Schmidt, and that's it.
I mean, the only thing you're talking about, like trying to enhance at the trade deadline, is a couple bullpen pieces. I feel like
maybe a starter, but I don't even think you need it because Clark will be back.
Yeah.
Cole will be back. And I don't know if you saw, but he had a good outing yesterday at Somerset.
I did see that.
The highest attendance that they've had since they moved there, because originally they were the Trenton Thunder. And that used to be the Atlantic League, like with the Bluefish. They were the Somerset Patriots. But then now, obviously they're their affiliate. So I mean, that was great to see. I texted Corey, obviously he was there last night, and he said, he was electric out there. And he says he only needs a couple more starts and he's be ready to go. So, I mean, that's awesome.
That is
honestly.
sick, dude.
It really is. And it's like, this year has been so great that you almost like forgot that he's coming back. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, that almost gets overlooked a little bit.
Yeah, you forget that he was gone even.
Yeah. Dude. Yeah, exactly. But we did get a lot of comments in here, Tony. What do we got here?
Yes, dude. Let's see. Nithun's in the house. He says, "How have you guys been? What's up, everybody? Been a while, certainly." Let's see. What's good? Lonnie, Josh, Kev, dude. Josh says, "What's up?" Nithun promoting some events, as you know, at the Woodbridge Brewing Company. Have yet to go there. Jersey,
the hike,
but
I almost think you would go for Vinny Trocheck. Or you still have a sour taste in your mouth the way the season ended.
Dude,
tough to get up.
It really is so funny too, because when I got home last night, I went to my room and like my Rangers jersey was like on the couch. No, the Kreider jersey. I was like, oh,
tough. Honestly, tough.
I know, dude. It really is.
Because they were talking about this morning how it's like muscle memory. It feels like there should be a Ranger game tonight. That's what Dan and Dave were saying this morning.
Yeah, I bet, dude.
Obviously, they're not, but I mean, obviously, I think that hits them a little more. Just like it would hit you. Obviously being the Met fan, nothing to look forward to there. Saying, what do we have to get Jack to the fall, the hope for the football season? I mean, that's it at this point for them. That's what they were saying. I'm just quoting them, Tony. So you can get mad at me all you want.
Lonnie says you should just call in and troll, dude.
I definitely will have another conversation with Grassa. And he's got to come on, like don't be a baby. You got to come to one event, okay?
Wow, there we go.
So we said it.
Speaking of saying it, Danny V in the house says, "Morning, boys, let's go, dude." Kev, go kick Rose Bush's barefoot. That sounds terrible, dude.
That definitely sounds terrible.
And Lonnie back in here says, "Barnes, that coffee is too dark for me. You like it strong."
And the funny part, I don't know if it's the lighting or whatever it is, but this is probably, Tony, I mean, you've seen all the black coffees I've got from Cumberland Farms over the years. I mean, this is as light as it gets for me recently, right?
Honestly, yeah, that seems dark for you, though. It does.
Wait, what?
No, I forget that seems. Sometimes when you come into Cumbies, it's like.
No, but that's been a while since I've had one of those real light ones, almost white.
Yeah, but I feel like it's either totally like milk or black.
I think this is a little darker though, too, because of the cinnamon powder.
Oh, cinnamon powder, you say?
No, that's anybody who hasn't tried that. That is the best thing I've ever discovered. And I've always been like, I don't need sugar in my coffee.
Right.
That is the best combination. Whole milk and cinnamon powder. You'll never need sugar.
Cinnamon powder, like just cinnamon?
Literally cinnamon. But you say cinnamon powwer because if not, they'll think you're thinking cinnamon coffee or shot or whatever.
Or stick.
Or sugar, I've been riled for that. It's nice just not having to have sugar, but have like good tasting coffee. I was talking to Matt earlier. And, I've mentioned this to you too, but really trying to get, on a good back on anyway, a good fitness regimen. And I feel like I've discovered some, like, I don't know. It just, for whatever reason right now, it seems easier. I feel like there are more options, especially for dinner, like right around my house than I was kind of thinking about. But I hit up Kava again.
Oh, let's go, dude.
Yesterday. And, dude, like I could like eat that every day, honestly. Like, so good. Like, you've never had that though, right?
Never.
Do you feel like you like it? Like, it's like a Mediterranean. I've mentioned it to you, but like the Mediterranean Chipotle.
Definitely, dude.
Because what I get in it, it's honey hot chicken, falafel, a brown rice.
Oh wow.
And then like mixed greens, and then tomato, cucumber, corn, feta cheese, and then they put hummus, tzatziki sauce, and this lemon herb tahini.
Oh wow,
like, dude. Unreal. Does that sound like something you would like?
Yeah.
Falafel, you're questionable though, or not?
No, falafel, I love it. Obviously, cucumbers I would do without.
Okay.
But honey hot chicken, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, they
dude.
mix together, and it's like got a nice
Whoa.
kick to it.
Oh, dude.
No, like I'm telling you, you have to try that. Like I'm trying to do like a rotation, like between that, the Remos chicken balsamic with the broccoli rabe,
Mhm.
and then I was telling you about that salad the other night from Cole House, and I just
Oh,
feel
yeah,
like
dude.
that's all I got to do, like just during the week. And then my plan this week is just to do that through Friday, and then Saturday, Arthur, Matthew, Yankees, Dodgers. What a better way to celebrate, and then back to it on Monday.
Sounds sick, dude.
Let's go.
Let's freaking go, dude.
Ready
That's
to
a
be
regimen,
jacked
dude.
again, dude. It's been a while, but we are coming.
Speaking of jacked, Nathan says you guys are the best. Yankees need to re-sign Juan Soto ASAP.
No doubt, brother.
No doubt, brother. Lonnie loves the mustache, says it looks so thick on me. And they also says, quoting you, it went in my mouth. I don't know about you, Barnes. Searching.
Yeah,
for
I was just about
dude.
to say that's it. That's it. Tony searching for it.
And then Lonnie says you lost me at hummus. He's good on that one. And then Josh B saying the Woodbridge Brewing Company is very close to Staten Island.
I'm surprised that I didn't think you. Maybe you weren't aware of that. I
Oh
don't
no,
know.
yeah. I mean, I
Or you
figured.
did
I mean,
know?
Woodbridge is I frequented Woodbridge. As a child, the mall. It's just like a hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah.
Really from my house. So Woodbridge is cool. It's Jersey though. It's fucking highways and gas stations and malls.
Yeah. I mean, do you really
That
need
part,
anything other than like the Borgata? I mean, right? In
I
New
mean, if
Jersey?
we're talking Jersey, yeah, honestly, Borgata, the shore.
I mean, MetLife Stadium, but like,
I can
hasn't
really
been
do
much-
without that.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, exactly. I think the stadium sucks. The teams have not given us anything to cheer about
Yeah.
recently. So yeah, no, I'm with you there. My parents actually, I was just talking to my dad this morning. I think they're going to stay a couple nights at the Borgata next week.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That sounds sick, right?
Next weekend?
No, midweek.
Oh, the midweek, the
Yeah.
free room. There
Yeah,
you go,
yeah.
dude.
Man, it's been a while. It really is, because I feel like, I get it because of like the surrounding area and stuff. I feel like AC gets such like a negative connotation,
Mm-hmm.
but there is something about just staying at the Borgata, and then the time the beach. The beach bar
Honestly.
is like we got to figure out a way.
I know to get there, dude.
Yeah,
We can. I mean, the summer's young, dude. We can chalk something up
yeah,
because it really isn't crazy far away, really.
yeah. No,
Even for you.
yeah, we'll make it happen.
Yeah,
We'll definitely
dude.
make it happen.
And it is sick Borgata because it's off the boardwalk, so it's
Yeah.
like you feel a little bit better over there.
And I still haven't got to try the new outdoor, not new at this point, but like the outdoor pool. Like it would like
Oh,
last time I
really,
stayed there,
dude?
that wasn't built yet. They had just one for the water
Yeah.
club, which is now the MGM Tower or whatever.
Mhm. I didn't even realize it changed names. The Water Club.
Yeah, it's not called the water club anymore.
Oh, that's a shame. Love the Water Club.
But I guess MGM is because they originally were a partner and now like they're
Right.
back like after a hiatus. Which I think is a good thing. I mean, big company like that.
We should open up a casino, I think. Dude.
What I don't get, like, because you hear it all the time, and I guess AC saturated market, I can understand that. Other
Mhm.
casinos opening up, but just in general, if you're in an area where there's a lot of population around, how do you? I know there's a lot of cost, but it's a casino. They're robbing you blind. Like, how do you not make money?
I know, right?
It
It really is crazy.
I mean, what do you think? Is it mismanagement? Like,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It definitely is like poor ownership, poor management. I mean, what is it? Was it the Revel was originally at the end of right?
The Oceans is now
Is-
what the Revel was.
Yeah. Because first of all, I guess from the get-go, really poor design. The fact that the lobby of that hotel was on like the 7th floor or whatever.
Right. And my dad always points out too that like they didn't build stuff on certain floors and you could see the studs. He gets really into that stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
bet, dude.
Yeah.
Even more so,
Yeah.
like you can't just do that. You need like a good hotel. I mean, I feel like the hotels, especially in AC, have been there forever, dude.
Yeah.
Like the Golden Nugget. I think is it still the Golden Nugget there?
Yeah, that place. I mean, I haven't been there in a
Trump
while.
Plaza, dude. The Taj Mahal.
Yeah. Well, all of those, have turned over
Yeah.
or been, demolished. But yeah, the Golden Nugget last time I was there, it was struggling. You had
Yeah.
in need of a big renovation.
I think last time I was there, they just renovated it.
Oh, it would like how long ago are we talking?
I think this was like 2018, maybe.
Oh, okay. Because I probably was there since then because GAF used to
Yeah.
have their conventions there.
Who?
But it's a shame. GAF.
Oh,
But I always feel like they were kind of blowing it because like the casino's too small. They're right by the marina, like it's
Mhm.
nice scenery, but like I don't know, you know what I mean? Like it's like But then again, like I think Harrah's needs a renovation because
Definitely, dude.
But like it's funny because I used to think like, oh, Harrah's like
Yeah.
that's big time.
Whoa, yeah.
And it's like now it's kind of just like mediocre kind of.
Is the Tropicana still around?
Tropicana's still around. It's so funny when we went there last summer.
Oh,
Everybody was calling it the trap house or the trap
Really?
house or whatever. Yeah, a complete dog, Tony. I mean,
Really?
yes, Carmine's is there. That's
I
all
remember
well and
that.
nice.
Yeah.
But they need a renovation in the
Yeah.
worst way. I feel like the only hotel that I haven't stayed at in Atlantic City is Caesars. Have you stayed there?
No, never have.
Like I don't know why. Like, and I heard Dave went there, I guess last year, stayed because they just did a renovation, $2 million.
Really?
So yeah, I definitely would like to do that. I like that casino.
Yeah, I mean, when you think of Las Vegas, to say Caesars is like the one to go to.
Yeah,
So imagine they see what I mean. This looks really nice. Right on the water like that.
No. I think it seems like it's
Oh, okay. I've been to Gordon Ramsay's steakhouse in there.
Yeah.
I've been there.
And then Bobby Flay returns.
Bobby Flay returns.
No, I think he has a place in there now
Really?
too. You don't remember that commercial last summer on ESPN New York?
No.
All the time. And I think it was Dave talking about it, that he just stayed there. The pool's great, got a massage. And like it would always start out though, and Bobby Flay returns.
Really? That is so funny, dude.
Oh,
I think he has a restaurant in the Borgata, I think now.
I think so.
I think it used to be where Wolfgang Puck was.
You know what I just saw the Regatta? The Noodle House.
Oh my God, yeah. The place in the middle of the casino.
Yeah. Oh,
so
I haven't had that in so long.
Stays open like literally 24 hours. The Metropolitan, do get a burger.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. Like
bread and
we
butter.
gotta we could put it together, Tony. Honestly. Might have to stay at Oceans, but that's fine too.
Yeah. I guess that's fine.
No, it's like because you haven't been in there since they took it over.
I don't think so.
It's crazy because that place was closed. I think it was from 2016 to like 2021 or something.
It's
so
crazy,
like 5
dude.
years, and it is immaculate.
Really?
Honestly, yeah, one of the nicest places I've ever stayed at.
You think you could manage a casino hotel?
It just seems like there's too much nitty gritty there.
Oh yeah, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? God.
It's just nice to own it and collect a check. But the problem is you need to have the people working for you.
You trust.
There's gonna be a rat somewhere.
Yeah,
like where is it? You know what I mean?
God,
So it's a tough thing. It's a tough thing. Lonnie, tight about the hummus. Any thoughts there?
I mean, I guess it's okay. To be honest, I was never hyped about hummus. But then I came around probably, I don't know, maybe 3-4 years ago. And hummus is, in my opinion, fucking sick, dude. Especially when you get like the different like.
Wait,
flavors.
I thought you just said you're saying you really like it or you don't? I'm confused.
No, I'm saying I used to not like it,
Okay,
and I came around to it about 3-4 years ago. I mean,
Okay.
what am I talking to myself over here, Brian?
No, because the way it started, it was like, I don't know about the hummus. That's kind of what you said. So I think you might have misspoke. So am I going crazy or no?
yeah. I think you're doing coffee, maybe. Anyway, no, I think hummus is dope, dude. I think Lonnie, I give it another shot, dude. I'm telling you, even I know Sabra, they say has some bad shit.
No,
in it,
fuck Sabra. You don't need Sabra.
You don't need Sabra.
There's so many
dude.
other.
Honestly, there's so many other brands that make great flavors too. Gawk and onion, dude. Even like a spicy chili, roasted red pepper, pine nut, something, whatever.
Yes.
Like fucking hammer. You get those little flat pretzel chips or pita or anything really. You dip it in some hummus. It's fucking delicious, dude.
Matthew Ryan back in the building here.
Says Yankees won again. That's sick, dude.
Let's go, Matthew. Let's go.
And then Lonnie says Barnes would be Robert De Niro in Casino,
so I know about that movie, but what's
you never saw it?
I guess I didn't see it from start to finish, but what's specific to De Niro in that one?
So I guess the storyline of that one is that he sent out to Vegas, like pre-booming of Vegas. He's supposed to be like, oh, the mob knows, oh, there's casinos going out there. Like, we want a piece of that. De Niro goes out there, starts a casino, but wants to legitimize it. Joe Pesci's character is more of like the typical mafia. Like, I'm doing a bunch of mob shit here.
Yeah.
Like, derails De Niro, basically. But he becomes like this absolute fucking like nitty gritty, like to every detail owner of this casino. Like you literally, there's a scene where he's yelling at the chef about the amount of blueberries in the muffin. He wants an equal amount of blueberries in every muffin, dude.
Blueberry muffin right now, dude.
There you go, dude.
There you go.
Right there.
There you go. So yeah, that's good stuff. And again, I feel like we just had one. I don't know if it was Monday, but like what I'm trying to think. Or no, that was Jay on Friday where we had the long open, right?
I think so. Yes, that's about right.
Yeah.
Must have been.
Yeah, because it's been a while, but obviously now too, especially without the series. I mean, we just got baseball, so I think the time allows for it, Tony. You know?
Yeah, no, time allows for it, dude.
Obviously
You know, I
golf as
mean,
well.
listen, I mean, phone lines are open. You know,
Yeah.
646-285-1259. You can call in at any time. Let's go.
So yeah, we got to talk golf.
I'm pumped.
We got the Memorial Tournament starting tomorrow, and as I mentioned, this one, Dublin, Ohio. Muirfield Village Golf Club. This tournament actually goes back to 1976. And of course, Jack Nicklaus founding this tournament. He designed this course as well and always has a big presence, at the tournaments here. And always a packed field, and it is an elevated event this year. The course definitely plays like a major championship. 7,392 yards, a par 72. Winner this year gets a nice $4 million.
Wow, dude.
First prize. So that's obviously a big one, up $400K from last year, which Victor Hovland won this tournament last year, 7 under par in a playoff over Denny McCarthy. Billy Horschel winning in 2022, 4 strokes clear of Aaron Rise at 13 under.
Where are you?
Patrick Cantlay had won this tournament in 2021 and 2019 at 13 and 19 under, respectively. The 2021 tournament, a playoff over Morikawa. John Rahm in 2020, 9 under par, 3 shots clear of Ryan Palmer. And then you go back to 2018, Bryson, 15 under par, winning in a playoff over An Byung-han and Kyle Stanley. So you look at this, I mean, it seems like scoring's been mid-teens to, high, between 5 and 10 type of deal. But I would imagine, last year that 7 under number. I don't know if we're gonna see double digits in this one.
Really?
It is a tough course. I mean, obviously it just depends on if somebody just has that week where everything is clicking. And there is a good opportunity for that because obviously we know, I mean, this is about as star-studded as you can get. Every golfer you could imagine: Scotty, Xander, Rory, Wyndham, Victor Hovland, Ludwig Aubert, Colin Morikawa, Patrick Cantlay, Max Homa, Brian Harmon, Tommy Fleetwood, Sahith Theegala, Keegan Bradley, Hideki Matsuyama, Russell Henley, Matthew Fitzpatrick, Cameron Young, and Jason Day. So that's literally every golfer in the top 20 other than John Rahm, obviously not eligible, being on the Live Tour. So there's so many people to choose from, and I mentioned all the talent in this event, and the lower side of things in terms of world ranking. You have Kuchar and Brent Snedeker getting in on a sponsor exemption. Otherwise, they would not be eligible for this. So
sponsor
be interesting to see how they do. Nick Dunlap, he just turned pro this year from college after winning earlier this year. He's in the field. You have Davis Riley, who's won this year as well. Billy Horschel's in this field, a former champ. So there's a lot of different places to go. Tom Kim as well has been really improving his world golf rank just outside the top 20 at number 22 right now. Justin Thomas at 23, Jordan Spieth at 25. So every golfer you could think of in this tournament, we know these things are so hard to cap, especially to, everybody. Obviously, anybody in this tournament, of course, you want to win the tournament, but I think the big focus, of course, has to be preparing for next week's U.S. Open.
Right.
So with all of that in mind, what are your thoughts on the Memorial Tournament presented by Workday, Tony?
Well, dude, I mean, it definitely is like a great playing field here. A lot of, the best golfers in the world. Obviously looking to net a huge win here. It's interesting, I mean, I remember actually watching this last year, I feel, with Scotty just missing the playoff, I feel.
Yeah.
And then Hovland went on to win it, and it was a dope tournament. And I feel like Scotty at that time, the one thing that was kept not letting him go over the hump was the fact that he didn't have great putting.
Yes.
I think he gained however many strokes, like 20 strokes from the tee to the green. But then once he got on the green, the putting suffered, dude. And I mean, if there was one thing he improved upon this year, it was his putting. So I think that's why the guy's chasing like his 5th title now. So, I mean, it's hard to pick against him, but I think I'm going to go Hovland. for the
Back-to-back.
win, dude. On the back-to-back.
Do you know the history of back-to-back here?
I do not know the history of back-to-back here. I imagine it doesn't happen very often.
Let's see if it's happened
Ever?
at all, honestly. Let's see here.
But I will say Hovland.
Tiger did
2000, back-to-back?
2001. I think that.
And then
was
you
last
said who won it in 19 and 21?
year. Patrick Cantlay.
Was there a gap year for COVID or no?
No, John Rahm 2020.
John Rahm won in 2020. What
Yeah.
a fucking bum. But anyway, Hovland, again, like talk about putting being a theme here. Obviously struggled, I feel like, this year with the putting, went back to his old coach, placed third at the PGA, a couple weeks ago. So obviously that helped a bunch. And I think because of that, I think Scotty and Hovland are going to be top tier, high octane. But I say Hovland takes it. No playoff, no nothing, clean outright on Sunday. And I think he's going to be 11 under.
11 under.
11
Okay.
under.
That seems reasonable. And before we get to your sleeper, do you think like there's anything to, like, I don't know if it's just like, I guess you just don't see it happen much, but to the thought of, well, if you win this week, that means that most likely you don't win next week, or do you think that's kind of ridiculous?
I mean, it's really hard to argue, like, to say no.
Yeah,
because I mean, you just don't see golfers going back to back that often.
But you
know?
think it's because it takes a lot out of them?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think people forget too. It's not even about playing at that point 4 rounds of golf, which is, I mean, I'm sure like we could all say walking 4 rounds of golf is not easy.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I mean, like just the mental strain. I mean, you're like, all eyes are on you, all the pressure's on you to perform for the 4 days. Like it's like, even though it's not as physically taxing, let's say, like a football game or whatever. Like by that Monday, when you finally come down from that just mental focus you were dialed in for 4 days straight, I mean, yeah, you're exhausted, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I feel like that after coming out for days of work where I focused on one thing, working on all day, and these guys are doing it for 4 in a row and being champions at it, at a game as hard as golf. Like,
yeah,
of course, dude, it takes a lot out of you.
And it's just interesting with the scheduling that they do. I mean, because it's tough, because I think guys want to play leading up to a major championship. And it's like, well, if you didn't do an elevated event here and you did something like, the Myrtle Beach Classic, or you flip-flop with the RBC, maybe not a lot of people would play. But I think you've always said before, right? As long as you're not coming off like 5 weeks in a row, 6 weeks in a row, I mean, you're pretty much always going to play the week before, even though obviously different course, different outcome. You always think that's the way to go, to play the week before.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. And again, I mean, I feel like, especially if I'm a golfer of such a high level, where I know if I play this tournament and want to focus on the US Open, but I still play this, and I just say whatever happens, I'm going to play my best, and whatever happens. I don't care. I'm focused on the US Open. I just want to, rub out some kinks of whatever golf swing I'm issue with, whatever. Then that's the mentality you definitely should have, and you should, like, absolutely play.
You know what's weird? I think because we were just talking about it, and like I know what you said. You said that's a mentality, but for some reason I heard when you first said it, Met mentality. But I think it's just because we were talking about that so much.
Yeah.
Oh my god! The stare down.
The Met mentality. That's the Met mentality, dude. That's right, dude. Just play and see what happens.
Speaking of Met mentality, who's the underdog here? That you think has a shot.
I know the underdog. I think. Oh wait, this is from. That's why. Wait, no.
No, you're.
Past results.
Go
that's why,
fields.
dude. That's why.
Yeah,
fields, I was like, what the fuck. I was gonna pick Tony Finau. Yeah, definitely. Let's see where he's at, dude. In terms of odds too. But I feel like I forget if I picked him for the Schwab as my sleeper. But I feel like he did well there. And I think he has 6 top 20 finishes his last 6 tournaments. So I feel like he's on that like precipice of could come in and rustle some feathers. And again, I feel like, I don't know, with the times I pick sleepers and then I try to change my sleeper and that sleeper is doing really well or like potentially winning, it's like I kick myself in the face. So I'm sticking with Tony Finau as a sleeper. Another guy too, I feel like putting has killed him at the Charles Schwab tournament. So if he figures that out, let's go, Tony. What do you got, Brian?
I'm actually gonna go with Colin Morikawa. I think he's been close recently. Why did I just do that?
Oh
Are you kidding me?
no, dude.
Oh,
Would you blow it?
no, not
Morikawa?
really. Actually, this is very easy, but just bear with me a second. I just by accident, I don't know how I deleted this, but just my record just got like erased, but like it's the previous is right in front of it for our picks.
I'm trying to cheat,
so
dude, a little bit?
59 and 52. Yeah, and also we haven't given everybody an update in a while. And also, did we say through this month like what we're doing with the picks?
I don't remember. I don't think so, dude.
Is that
we picked a time frame? We definitely did. I just don't remember what it is.
through the end
Was
of
it
this-
around a golf?
No, but I was just saying the time frame. It
Oh,
was
the
around
time
golf.
frame.
I think the end of this month.
Yeah,
is
I
that
think
what
it
we're
was
saying?
1 month. Nothing crazy.
So as you have recently, but I guess did I? No, I didn't win the last time. I haven't won in a while, or no?
I don't think so, dude.
I just won the Oilers.
Yeah.
But you are up 66 to 45. We're finally up to date.
Okay.
Nothing to scramble to update.
Thank goodness.
But yeah, so for my like I said, Morikawa, he's been close and was close at this tournament. A few years ago, losing in a playoff, and I just think he's kind of due to win here. So I'm gonna say he's my winner. And then as a sleeper, and kind of like you said, I mean, it's always so tough, bottom of the barrel, who you picking, that type of thing.
Mhm.
But give me Justin Rose. I think it was the PGA. He had a pretty good performance at, and he's just a solid golfer that I feel like, listen, I mean, of course, as you get into your 40s, the chances of winning get less and less, but
Right.
I think he's always competitive. So you never know. Everything clicks. Next thing you know, we'll be doing another MasterCard commercial, Tony. I know you've seen one of those. Come on.
Yes, I have.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Wasn't sure if you know. So yeah, that's what we got for the golf. And I believe too, because I haven't looked at this, but I believe this is a NBC outfit for this week. I just wanted to double check that. So Memorial
ESPN
TV
Plus
coverage.
Thursday Golf Channel 2:00 for Thursday.
Oh, CBS. So CBS, it says Saturday and okay. So Golf Channel live coverage 2 to 6. Obviously, your PGA Tour live coverage on ESPN Plus, and then on the weekend, you got golf Saturday, Sunday 12:30, 2:30, and then CBS Saturday, Sunday 2:30 to 6. So Jimmy Nance, and you listen, NBC does a good job. I think Brandel Chambly or whatever, however you say it, could be a little much at times. But like, if it was up to you, would you just want Nance on every tournament?
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, never get enough of him, honestly. Like, yeah,
Iconic.
it really is iconic, dude. Speaking of iconic, where do you think Rory finishes this tournament?
I think I get one of those things where it's like, solid but not winning.
Does he have like that player matchup thing that you normally bet with?
Oh yeah, I didn't even actually. I actually, you know what? That's a good idea. I'm gonna actually look that up now. But I would think he's probably, unless they're putting up against Scotty, which if they do, I will definitely take Scotty.
Colin Morikawa.
But let's see what we got here. So if we go the matchups for the tournament, let's see. So Rory is even against Xander and is plus 170 against Scotty. So Scotty being minus 210.
Oof.
And it looks like that's the only matchup there. But I'm almost thinking, I don't know. It is tough to do this, but
Xander?
Well, I would say, to take Rory over Xander,
Really?
or to take Scotty over Rory, which is probably
Why don't you
safer
do
bet
both?
just because Rory's won recently and then finished,
Yeah,
right? Like, I just feel like Scotty, I don't think he's going to finish below Rory in this one.
definitely not. There's
Especially
no
now
way, dude.
cleared as well, so that's
Yeah,
another
dude.
thing.
The new baby still
Exactly.
riding that high.
Yes.
Exonerated of all wrongdoings.
Would you look at that, Tony? And would you go to the world of Major League Baseball?
What a play! Stop it, Tony. Yep. And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Too deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
Let the good times keep rolling, Tony. as the Yankees win again yesterday, which is now their 6th straight victory. So just really on a tear right now, and of course, they're the nemesis for the Twins has always been the Yankee. Oh, 7th. No. It's 6th straight, right? Yeah,
6
6 straight.
Yeah,
I was
6
looking at
straight.
7 straight wins for Luis Heel, who was on the mound last night. But the record against the Twins is unbelievable. I mean, you think over the past 20 years, obviously the roster's turned over so many times, but yet they keep getting the same result. So the Yankees win last night 5-1 to improve their record here to 43-19, a 19-8 mark at home. I mentioned Heel. He's been outstanding, and I think it's it's definitely a rookie record for sure for the Yankees, and it's up there. I think he's one away from tying a Major League Baseball record that goes back to like the 1800s of being a rookie pitcher and having 7 straight starts of 6 runs or less. I mean, that is an unbelievable accomplishment. And it wasn't that long ago that, me and you were talking. I was saying, maybe he's better off in the bullpen. He's really figured out his control.
Yeah, I think that's huge. That's a great stat to have. I mean, like you said, having that amount of control, that the low earned run average. I mean, that's great, dude.
And speaking of the low earned run average, a 1.82 ERA after 6 innings last night. 1 hit, Tony, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. Now 8-1 on the season. So really right now, probably an overwhelming favorite to start this year's All-Star game for the American League. So that's just a great story. And a guy too that you knew had the stuff, but it was just all about harnessing it and finding some control. So you love to see that. Following them, the next 3 innings, you had the Yankee bullpen. Canely does allow a home run, which was to Royce Lewis. But other than that, bullpen didn't allow a hit. Ian Hamilton a clean inning, so good to see him getting back in the mix with a strong performance. His ERA now down to 2.84. Luke Weaver pitching the 9th there. He had a couple, rocky performances, but only 10 pitches for both of those guys. And Weaver's ERA now sitting at 2.7. So again, the Yankees just able to turn these guys who are marginal into quality pieces, out of the bullpen. And in terms of the scoring in this one, Gleyber Torres, he hasn't left the yard too much this year. It was only his 5th home run of the season, but that got the scoring going for the Yankees in the 2nd. Who else but the captain delivering as he's been almost every game of recent, a double to right, scoring Volpe and a Tony favorite, DJ LeMahieu. So good to get the Yankees out there to a 3-0 lead. Pretty much coasting the rest of the way. Like I said, the Lewis home run in the 7th made it 3-1. But then you have Giancarlo Stanton, the finishing touch on this one, an absolute rope to left field to give the Yankees a 5-1 lead. The margin that they ultimately win by, and you mentioned the stat about the 3 players on the team having 15 home runs through the first 60 games, never being done before. And listen, I mean, he's hit a couple home runs recently, but I still every day am surprised that Stanton is able to contribute. And do you think, because I mean, we still see him, chase those sliders down and away. Is it as simple as the influence of Soto and the weight loss? Do you think that's why we're seeing these results that we just simply weren't seeing last season from Stanton?
I mean, I think the weight loss has something to do with the health, but I refuse to believe that losing weight allows him to see a pitch better. I think the guy certainly worked on something in the off season. Maybe it's Soto, maybe it's Judge. But I think, again, I think it's a culmination of all of that. It's, a lot of things are going right for Stanton, and that's what a lot of baseball players need when they're struggling at the plate. They need other things to go right. They need to get a newfound confidence, and then you start seeing production, consistent production, and that's what Stanton has now at this point. So, sure. I think the weight loss has come into a factor, certainly. Do you think he's gonna come like postseason still be this type of a factor?
If you think about it, in the postseason, he's actually been one
great.
of the best players. Yeah, and even he hit that big home run in the decisive Game 5 against Cleveland 2 years ago. In the first inning, we know what he did at Fenway Park. In that wild card game, nearly missing a couple home runs there. So yeah, I do think so. I guess it's just the average. I mean, it's at 232 right now. I hope it could just stay around there. You know what I mean? I don't want to be really going much lower than that. And, we saw it dip into the 180s last season. But when you look at him and kind of almost what you were asking me, I mean, rest of this season into the postseason, I mean, look, at this point, it's not like when we acquired him back in 2018. He's not like, we're not really relying on him. He's kind of just a additional piece. But I mean, do you see him like kind of, making it through this season and being an impact and being, one of those guys in the middle of the lineup that they rely
on? I mean, I hate to be like that guy, but I feel like at one point or another, he's going to be injured.
Brian Cashman said that.
Really? When?
No, you don't remember in the offseason?
Oh, in the offseason, yes. Yes, I do remember that.
Again, I don't like these memes, but did you see the thing? Like, they posted something on Twitter, and like it was supposed to be like, if the Yankees like end up winning it all this year, like how they had the Jordan documentary. What is that called again?
The Last Dance?
Last Dance, yeah. So like there's like a thing when he's sitting on the couch and he's saying, oh, at that time, like that really like bothered me or whatever.
Yeah.
But they put Stanton's face on, like talking about what Cashman
my God,
said.
that's so funny.
By the way, with that, I know we talked about this a while ago, but how ripped did Jordan look in that? I've never seen eyes more bloodshot.
Literally, like, oh my God.
Like
dude.
that was insane. I don't think that was just the camera, Tony.
No, absolutely not, dude. So I would imagine Stanton was one point or another injured leading up to the playoffs. I mean, again, the stats show that he's going to be an impact. So yes, I still think he's going to be an impact in the playoffs. But again, I would expect an injury at some point between now and then, right? I mean, just from history.
You would think, but I don't know. Maybe it
tough
is.
To say.
Maybe it is the new strategy this year that makes a difference.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm not listening to interviews and stuff to see how he feels, but I would imagine he does feel better without a lot of that weight on him, which I'm sure was causing the injury issues, which is probably why he's not injured now. Does something come up? I mean, who knows if he finds himself on the 10-day IL list or whatever. But regardless, I think he'll be ready for the playoffs and make an impact.
Yeah.
Like, he'll be there.
And honestly, I mean, I thought like he would have already been injured by now.
Yeah,
been hitting 170. So it's been a nice surprise. It's just a big part of this team. It's amazing what Judge is doing. Another 2 hits in that double really kind of opened things up for the Yankees yesterday. You hope Glaber can kind of keep trying to trend upwards. Because it's really been a struggle this year. Dominguez is on fire with his rehab stints, so it'll be interesting to see what they do there. And what do you think about that? I mean, if it was up to me, and I understand that you don't want to, mess up what you have going on right now. But if he's on fire on these rehab starts and in the minors, like, and after what we saw him do last year when he got called up, I mean, how do we keep him in the? I don't know. I don't think that's the right thing to do. I mean, do you understand like the whole Apple Card scenario that like why you wouldn't like bring him up and then reduce Stanton and Verdugo's playing time? Or if it was up to you, would you say let's just get him up there, we'll rotate him in?
I mean, I guess I would still rotate him in.
Yeah,
I think so. Get him up there, rotate him in. You mentioned, I feel like the rotation of players you'll be having with him too. It's not going to be detrimental.
Well, because the thing is too, though, there's only 2 guys he can fill in for because
Right.
Judge and Soto really aren't getting any days off.
Yeah, they're not going to.
So it's really just Verdugo and Stanton,
Right.
And obviously Verdugo very close with Judge, and obviously, you know what I mean. If you start benching him a couple times a week, I mean,
Verdugo.
Yeah, I'm saying for Dominguez,
Yeah.
I wonder if that would cause. I wonder if they're thinking about that, and that's why they're kind of waiting to call him back up.
What do you like?
The Yankees,
the Yankees are thinking that they don't want
the locker room, the clubhouse.
But I mean, would that really upset them?
I mean, it shouldn't, but but I guess what I'm asking you, do you think it's more so that, or more so that for Jason Dominguez, they want him to be playing every day, no matter where he is, and that's why they don't want to bring him up right now?
Yeah, that's a good point. But I mean, regardless, yeah, I don't know. I still would bring him up though and get him like some major league looks here.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. It's a shame that like I don't know, we can't just like move something around, or he couldn't play like third base or something. But it's just
coming off the bench, even like
But that's the Verdugo and Stanton aspect. I mean, that's the only thing. And it's interesting too, because I think Verdugo, the attitude has helped and stuff. But I think if we were thinking of just performance, I mean, hard to not think. I mean, I know technically he'd still be a rookie, you know, obviously only played a couple games last year. Hard to not think though over time that Dominguez is going to far outproduce Verdugo.
You're saying you don't think that's going to happen?
No. I'm saying like I think it's
He
kind of
is.
like very obvious.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
So that's why I'm saying I think they are worried about like disrupting the clubhouse and almost like, you know, with Cashman, like what you just said with Stanton, like almost waiting for that to happen.
Oh yeah, you think so?
Kind of.
That's fucking bogus.
But you know how these teams are with the prospects, Tony. They don't want to bring up top prospects and play them once a week.
Yeah. No, you're totally right.
And you look at Verdugo's numbers; they don't pop off the page, but I think the energy's been great. The defense is great too.
The defense is awesome.
He's definitely a better defender than Jason Dominguez. And they were saying this before. Even Dan finally acknowledging something did say it was a great problem to have.
Yeah. No, I mean, it definitely is. Even though it is kind of annoying problem to have, still, regardless, because I don't know. I don't know. If I were him, I would bring him up,
and then just trade Grisham to the Mets or something.
Yeah, they'd probably take him.
You think?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. How I haven't looked. How's Stewart doing? Is he struggling or?
Yeah.
Because he's the fourth outfielder.
Mhm.
And then it's just that their outfielders are Marte, Nimmo, and
there's Tyron Taylor.
Oh,
too.
how's he been doing?
His bat is great. His
Yeah.
defense is okay too. But you know, nothing. It's not like crazy.
Yeah. It is interesting with Grisham because I mean we've seen him some home runs before, but I think it's tough to gauge anything.
Yeah.
You know, if he's not playing consistently.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's tough. Honestly, I think Marte.
You would cut him?
Like that guy maybe has another season under his belt. Like, honestly, dude.
And how many more years?
I want to say 3. I could be wrong.
3 more. But last year
was it last year?
Was
Was
it
last year
second
3?
Last year was his second season with the Mets, right?
Yeah, I think so. Signed a 4-year, and so he has 2 more years.
Okay. Oh no, so really just next year.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, and it's just he's making almost $20 million. Yeah, I mean, talking about some retainment, Tony.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that's right, Zach. Honestly, dude, like I said, he's bad.
Yeah,
dude. There's so many. Like, you watch him play, and I mean, I don't know. I just feel like he holds up on a lot of balls in the outfield. Like he pulls up. Like he's not really stretching out there anymore, man.
Yeah, and you think that's almost a common theme with the Mets, and almost why like what their performance has been this year is because you have a lot of older guys. So it's just they're not like they've gotten paid. They're nothing.
Exactly.
There's nothing to strive
like,
for.
Marte is coasting, and he's old. And again, talk about someone who's riddled with injuries, like him. So it's like he's not leading by example by any means, dude. There's no leadership coming from him.
Yeah,
get out of here.
And I've been surprised how Nimmo's tapered off. I thought he got off to a good start, and then he's like done nothing for like weeks.
Literally,
right?
It's been pretty bad.
Yeah. And who knows if that's the payday. And I do want to get to the game last night. The Mets picking up their second straight win. Just was gonna say tonight at the stadium, you got Rodon versus Chris Paddock. Yankees minus 190 in this one. Rodon's been great of recent. Paddock has a 4.57 earned run average. So once again, as we've said many times, definitely, represents, an opportunity here. So excited to watch this one later. We'll talk about it in the frenzy. But let's talk about the Mets victory yesterday. They luck out. Trevor Williams pulled from the start, I believe, a lat strain. So you'd imagine he'd miss a decent amount of time. And the Nationals went with Hers.
DJ Hers, yeah.
What's the deal there?
Major league debut, I believe, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, 24-year-old from, I think, North Carolina. It was great, I guess, for him to get his first start here. I guess, family in the crowd, whatnot, good story. And he pitched pretty well. I mean, at least for the first couple innings anyway. But, the starting, and we had Peterson's start for the Mets, who also, pitched pretty well the first few innings, and scoring did actually start until around the 4th inning. Where you actually had Marte hit a single, I believe, to lead off the inning there. And then he stole second, and then Bader comes up, hits his 4th. No, hits his third dinger of the year, 2-run homer. I guess, a good bat from Bader here, obviously seeing a little bit of an uptick of production from him ever since his birthday, ironically enough. But he gives a 2-0 lead to the Mets early on the top of the fourth. And then moving forward to the next scoring inning, top of the fifth here, we have Starling Marte gets a 2 RBI triple here, believe it or not.
Was he running?
He was actually running pretty fast. I will
First
say.
time, long time?
First time, long time for sure, dude.
Yeah.
Like, have not seen him run in the outfield that fast, I feel like, all year. But it was pretty dope. You had, again, back-to-back singles by Alonso and Nimmo to start that inning. And then Marte literally roped one right field corner down the foul line, dribbled all the way down. So, plenty of time for him to get to third, clear the bags. It makes it a 4-0, inning there. And then wouldn't you know it, next at bat, you have Mark Vientos, kind of doubling down there, sac fly RBI, scoring Marte, who was at third at that point. Ends up getting out of the inning. And I believe that Marte triple, I want to say after those back-to-back singles when they pulled, what's his name? DJ Hers.
Mm-hmm.
And again, okay outing. I'm sure he's going to have a little bit of a future here in the league. It was cool to see him, I guess, debut. But they brought in some bullpen guy, obviously blows it at that point. That's when, you saw the triple get, I think it was literally first pitch, jumped on it. But after the Vientos sac fly, you had a 5-0 lead just like that. And bottom of the fifth here, that's when Peterson starts to get into a little bit of trouble. Again, David Peterson, who's had maybe this is his third start, I think, of the year. Definitely, I feel like doesn't really have that length yet in his arm. Because his pitches just started to look a little bit hittable, lost some velocity, whatever. But leadoff single to Winker. And then forcing 2 outs off a ground out and a fly out. But then, what's this guy's name? Young. What's his first name? I forget his first name. Jacob Young, another young guy. Ironically enough, for the Nationals, 24 years
Jacob,
old.
Really?
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought it was Joe. I had him on my fantasy team.
Jacob Young. No, yeah, this is definitely him, Jacob Young.
Okay. He got off to a hot start, really tapered.
Yeah.
But I see here RBI single.
Yeah, he's actually batting well against the Mets here. So an
Just
RBI single there. Yeah, ironically enough, we'll talk about that. 5-1 right there for the Nationals. Then no more scoring happens to the bottom of the seventh, where Pearson actually started. He came in for the seventh inning. And of course, first batter there hits him with a pitch. Classic. But then Ruiz lines out to shortstop. Joey Gallo up here, single once to right. And scored Winker's. Winker had stolen second earlier after getting hit by that pitch. But again, Joey Gallo, another RBI. I think his third RBI in the series against the Mets, which is kind of crazy. Of course, Joey Gallo is hitting well. Put the Nationals within 3 here. So you're thinking, going to the 8th inning, a lot of honestly, for the Mets at least, a lot of bullpen game left. So, nothing's ever written in stone here, but thankfully, Nunez pitching for the Mets does get through the 8th here. And actually Torrens came in to catch. But he got, 3 up, 3 down for the 8th. And then we're going to go into the 9th here. Finnegan pitching for Washington. You have Pete Alonso with, I believe, his 14th home run of the year, 446 feet. Bomb, dude. To left field there. So, putting a little insurance run, making it 6-2. But obviously, Reed Garrett comes in, bottom of the 9th, does give up a run here. And the way this inning went was pretty funny. Leadoff walk by Garrett, and then strikes out Ruiz and Gallo. But then, of course, Jacob Young, again, this guy who has been batting well against the Mets, does get an RBI single, scores Winker. And then Garrett even walks Abrams. So again, at that point, you're like, dude, there's 2 men on, tying run at the plate. You're really kind of nervous, to be honest. But Lane Thomas fight out to right, and we spoke about Marte, the no leadership, whatever. I don't know whose fault this was, but literally, of course, dude, last out of the game, the fly out. You're seeing Marte go for it, and Bader just kind of comes out of nowhere, and they bump. Marte catches it, but clearly upset.
Yeah.
Catches it, and he goes what? Throws his arms up. What are you doing? But nonetheless, you get the win. 2 in a row here now. Alonso, another dinger. That was great. He really didn't have any, I guess, mess ups there. Pearson did pitch pretty well. I think even that Gallo single, I think that ball literally hit first base and popped up. So probably would have been an out if it didn't do that. So Peterson did pitch actually really well. I feel like would have gotten you, at least through 7. I think if Gallo didn't score at that point, which is cool to see Peterson kind of give you some length here as Michael joins us in the building with the blue shirt. Thank you, Michael.
Did you listen to it yet?
I didn't hear. Did you call in or?
Yeah. No, I called in like first half hour. It should be. It should be up, right?
I heard the clips that we have.
Yeah, Josh chopped those up.
Those are, I gotta listen.
Dude, the call is so
literally
good.
did.
It
I
really
think
is.
3 or 4 LeMayus, and like was just like you're just saying that. Like it's like you said that before, and he wouldn't even answer to that. Like I was saying, you're talking about LeMayu before. He's irrelevant, so he has nothing to do with what. And he's like, "Oh, Brian, you're one of those guys at the end of the season that calls in, and when things are." And he said, "Oh, you're wearing your Yankee pajamas, and you were clamoring to sign Blake Snell." Like when he's just making that up. I never said that. Like. Insane. Dan Grassa.
Oh,
that's why I called in.
Oh, that's epic. Dude, fuck Dan.
And the best part is you get robbed for this. Tony was the one who picked up on this because when you like drop the call, you don't hear right away. So I guess when I got disconnected, Dave goes, I want more with Brian. And I wouldn't be surprised if Dan ended it because I just wasn't letting it off. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So anyway, Mets tonight, back on the diamond. Your guy.
This afternoon.
4:15 or 4:08?
4:05. Oh, yeah, 4:08, yeah.
Sevy back on the mound.
Yeah.
I think against Corbin, no?
Wow. So if that's, it is against Corbin, but you gotta
batting
demolish him.
Like let's fucking go, dude. Like Sevy, no more dicking around here, dude.
Is this the last game of the series?
Yeah, it was a 3-game set.
So going for the sweep.
Let's go.
When was the last sweep? There was some sweep. I forgot who it was against. It
Miami? Was it Miami earlier in the season?
Maybe. I just remember almost being. Wait, but
I don't think they swept anybody, dude, this year.
Really? I thought it was, or there was somebody that I thought they had. It probably was up more. Let's see.
Oh, I guess Pittsburgh. Yeah, Pittsburgh was swept.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. And Sevy pitched the 3rd game of that series, actually. So there you go, dude.
There we go.
He's 1-0 in sweep situations.
I think, a little rocky last time overall, good body of work. Yeah. Nationals hitting, I think, has been decent, but definitely inconsistent. You'd expect to get some run support pitching against Corbin. So, are you anticipating like a big performance out of Severino, or do you think it's kind of like the old towing of the line, Tony, where he'll give you enough to win, but isn't necessarily going to dominate?
I don't know. I'm looking for a dominant 7 innings, 2 hits, 9 Ks, no earned runs, like dominance, dude.
Fastball piping. Is this still
Literally.
from Sharon?
It might be debris from Sharon's fog machine gun. No, really, I'm expecting Sevy to come in here and literally almost 2 starts ago, where he was, mixing up the velocity of his pitches, fooling batters because of that. The fastball, your changeup, your sweeper. Let's go, dude. A good pitch selection, dominance here. It's the Nationals. You're going for the sweep. Let's take it pretty serious.
Minus 140. So the Mets gaining some respect on the old betting markets.
That's right, Kev do.
Kev do. Oh man. But yeah, let's do it, Tony. Let's do a full-on abbreviated baseball frenzy.
You effing know it, Brian. It's hump day. Let's go MLB. We started off talking about it already. 4:05 p.m. The Mets, who are favored at minus 140 against the Nationals. Patrick Corbin and the boys. Severino, as I said, dominant pitching performance here. Honestly, I feel like it's been a couple games since J.D. Martinez has put one out. He was hitting well yesterday. Just really talk about a great team clubhouse guy.
Yeah.
He's your guy, it feels like. So give me another dinger. I want to say his 6th of the season would be as a Met. Love to see that out of him. Patrick Corbin's going to be, I don't know, maybe 4 2/3 or 5 innings pitched, 6 earned runs, 2 Ks, 2 walks, 5 hits. It's going to be absolute batting practice here, certainly for the Mets. So give me the Mets over under at 9.5. Oh, no, I say Mets win this one 6-1, dude. Let's go.
Let's go. I did pick up 7 for the start, by the way, as well. So
Good call.
Yankees, Twins, Rodon, Paddock, 7:08 from the stadium. 1 Soto jersey night.
Wow. Basketball jersey.
Basketball jersey. So actually, Alan was texting me. I'm trying to think. You've met him before. He was at the watch party.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. He said I guess he works nearby. He's just going to get the jersey and then go back to work.
That's
It's
sick.
kind of funny. And he's going Saturday, so I'll see him on Saturday.
That's
it's
awesome.
kind of crazy. Anyhow, stadium will be packed. Rodon will be jacked. And I think this is just going to be a dominant performance. Paddock is batting practice, going by that ERA. So I think this is a nice, easy victory. Rodon, I would not be surprised if it's a double-digit strikeout game. Let's go 7 innings, 10 strikeouts, and like a solo home run allowed to Byron Buxton, Tony. Other than that, an easy victory for the Yankees here. I'm going to say 6-1. So it's the Yankees and it's the under.
Love that call there for the Yankees and the under. My next game here, I think I'm going to go with the Astros. Honestly, I feel like we have Blanco pitching for the Astros, who's been obviously dialed in 5-1, 2.44 ERA. Miles Mikolas pitching for the Cardinals. You know about him. We know about the Cards in general not being pretty good. And I think it's a good point for the Astros to get right at least a little bit here in the season. I know they're struggling with some injuries as well now to the pitching staff, and the offense hasn't been kicking or anything. And you look at the last 5 games. Yes, they've won 3 out of the last 5 back-to-back wins against the Cards. Looking for the sweep today. They will complete it. And I think it's going to be courtesy of a Ronel Blanco full game shutout.
Like his no-hitter earlier this year.
Literally like his no-hitter earlier this year. And I'll say for my fantasy team, give me Jose Altuve with a 3-run bomb.
Disgraceful that you would employ someone like that on your fantasy team.
Hey, man, he's getting me runs, getting me guns,
man.
get me
Hey,
wins,
man.
dude. Get me wins. Give me the Astros winning. I'll say 6-2, 6-1, maybe. Regardless, the Stros and the under there, Brian.
All right. So for pick number 2 for me here, kind of tough to really decipher, Tony.
Oh, come on, dude.
But you know what? Padres, they're so inconsistent. It's insane. But I don't know. Dylan Cease has been off the mark his last 3 or 4 starts.
Yeah,
He's due for a big one. The Angels are a disaster. You're talking about shutouts. How about a complete game shutout for Dylan Cease here? 14 strikeouts. Fernando Tatis, 3 home runs, 10-0. Padres over. Go.
Go. Quick, gotta go. My third final. Let's go. Best pick here. Go with the Phillies. Talking about being the World Series matchup against the Yankees. A lot of people are predicting that.
The 09
They're
rematch.
taking on the Brewers here at home in Citizens Bank Park. You know the deal. Phillies minus 185 so far. They have taken the first 2 games of this series. Also looking for the day of sweeps here on the Sports Port. Give me Aaron Nola. Complete game shutout? No. I say he goes, 6 2/3, 2 earned runs, respectable, 3.03 ERA. Another second kind of no doubt. Bryce Harper nets his 15th home run. Alec Boehm killing it for my fantasy team as well. I'll employ him, Rhys Hoskins, the tribute, the clappings, the innovation. It's nice, but the Brewers fall. I say give me the Phillies winning this game. And give me the over on this. I say they win 6-3.
All right. Third game, final game.
6-3.
Not the best game because it doesn't involve the Yankees, but we do have Logan Gilbert versus Joey Estes for the A's. This one coming from the Oakland Coliseum. Mariners have been on a heater lately. Gilbert's been solid all season, 3.29 ERA. I think a nice, easy 3-0 victory. So it's the Mariners, it's the under, and just like that, that is your baseball frenzy, Tony.
Wow, that was a good one.
Kev Do?
Felt good.
Back?
Kev says he got Twins 2-1 over Yankees tonight, coming from the basement.
Wow. Kick rocks. And then, hey, Bernie, kick a bunch of downlines.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. You want to hear that too? Yeah. Hey, but kicked a bunch of dandelions. Matty Ice kicked rocks. Matty Ice had covered Stanley Cup. Yankees are the best team in all of baseball. Mets got lucky, which is also like, stop it. Also, like cover Stanley Cup games not tonight, so stop that as well.
Yeah.
Like,
When he
we're not
said that,
covering-
I literally went to go check the box score.
Yeah, it's like,
Wait a second,
not
no, it's
gonna
not
happen, dude.
tonight.
It's not
Like,
tonight,
what
dude.
are we talking
What
about?
are we
Tony?
talking about, dude?
And what was it? Oh yeah, with Kev. I mean, it's crazy, Tony, because I know, like, listen, you're a big Mets fan yourself, but it's just crazy that he just can't let it go. He has to, like, he sees it, he knows it, but can't let it go. He knows that they're an amazing team this year, but he just doesn't want to let it go.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Doubling down, tripling down. I mean, usually that doesn't work, no?
Yeah, he's not gonna stop. Josh B, love frenzies.
Loves the frenzy.
You think Josh B ever placed a couple bets because of our frenzy? Like took some of our picks?
I feel like he would have told us.
I
Though,
think he told us too. Yeah.
So I just by process
Right.
of elimination, I guess you want to say.
Yeah.
I guess no.
So how much does he actually really love the frenzies?
Well, I think you could think they're entertaining to listen.
No,
to.
yes,
It
yes,
doesn't mean
definitely.
he's, putting the old dollars on the line.
Mortgage.
If it makes me the A's anymore, but it's just Kev. Come on, like, I don't mean to be that guy, but at the end of the day, I mean, it really does come off as jealousy and has to do with the Met misery. I just feel like that's what it is. I don't blame you for being miserable, but listen, I mean, you don't have to stick with them. No one's holding a gun to your head, Kev. I mean, I wouldn't stick with a team like that. Are you kidding me?
You asking me a question or?
I honestly though, so really, Tony, like, there's no breaking point for you.
No.
But I'm
No.
talking 100 losses, 3 straight years, 4 straight years, 5 straight years. Honestly, 5 straight years of 100 losses.
No, I don't think. I'm not. Like, what am I gonna do?
I just thought, I don't know. I almost would think like you would get to the point where you're kind of like me with the Jets.
They would not. They would literally have to move out of New York.
But like, I mean, like, it would just make me want to, like, just watching that and having to go through it all. Like, it would make me want to run through a wall.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane, especially because you got that taste a couple years ago, and like how that just like evaporated before our eyes.
You talking about the wild card?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of ridiculous, right? This team was in the wild card, like contention, like should have beat the Padres, but didn't, and then just shambles.
Yeah. And it sounds like you like Stearns. Obviously, he hasn't done too much yet. But really no like hesitation with Cohen.
Right now, no. I'm still buying into what he's doing
And
or what he's saying.
I mean, obviously the vision isn't clear, but for you, what's your vision?
like where I see the team.
Like what do you think the plan is basically?
I think the plan is to tank.
And then how long do you think that it's going to take to get back to being like a playoff team? Like, we're talking, this is going to take another 3-4 years?
I would think 2.
2. Okay.
2 seasons. I mean, I still think with an owner like Cohen, I feel like, again, like with his mentality of being able to spend money, I feel like he can fast track a lot of problems because of that. And again, I feel like with Stearns too, if they do end up dumping players, getting new prospects, getting current players that are good too, like I could see this team being competitive in 2 seasons.
And like, and you think there's any way they keep Alonso, or he's gone? That's it. It's over.
I mean, again, if you're looking to retool like your starting rotation, I mean that's got to be a guy you're looking to get rid of if you want some good pitchers,
right?
Like, so I really can't. Dude.
And do you think there's any, like, with Lindor, like, do they explore anything? Do they ever get to the point where they buy him out, or do you think it's just he's there for his career and hopefully it works out?
I mean, at least for the next few seasons. I mean, I can't see anyone being interested.
Yeah,
and there's no way like, what are you going to buy out his entire contract?
And do you have any type of thought or think it's any way possible that he has like a season like he had in Cleveland? Just one?
I do think so. I really do.
Yeah.
And he's, again, like, you want to look at, I wish I had the box score still up.
I know
from last
recently,
night.
right past a couple weeks.
No, literally ever since that players meeting that he called.
Yeah.
Like, he's been like hitting really well. They had him off at leadoff spot. Like, he's hitting really well. Not even like hitting home runs. Like, he's just getting on base. It's 3 for 4 nights, 3 for 5 nights since then. So, like, I think he does. I think he cares. I think he has the energy. I do think, like, again, I mean, you want to look at some players that aren't good clubhouse guys. Like, I guess you could say Alonso isn't one of them, right?
You really think he's not a good clubhouse guy? Really?
Not like he's a bad guy. But in
He's not a
terms
leader, he's a
of,
goof-
yeah,
he's just
exactly.
joking
He's
around.
not. He's
He's
someone
not
who
holding
can.
anybody accountable.
He's probably like a silent night guy who
Yeah.
doesn't really say much. Maybe a come
He just
on,
does
let's
that.
go. Exactly, and then he'll hit a home run for you, and
Yeah.
he'll do it. He'll put on the field. That's what he does. I don't think he's leading speeches,
Yeah.
in the locker room. Lindor can. So I feel like that's why I like that. And again, I feel like McNeil, I feel like definitely wouldn't be. I wouldn't be surprised if people hate McNeil. on the
What's
team.
his
Like,
contract situation? Does he have like
No
3
idea.
years left or something?
Probably.
Because to me, he almost seems like he's the biggest asshole on the team.
He has to be, dude. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. That was definitely 3 years. So
Oh,
is
he's
this
club option. Okay, so he has
Yeah.
this season, the next
The
2 seasons,
seasons,
and then a club option with a buyout.
Yeah, which is
I
crazy.
mean, it's only 12 million, but it's like any confidence in your end that he like gets on some type of streak or it's over.
I mean, again, I'm sure if he goes back to like winning the batting title, that's going to help. But I feel like McNeil has always been kind of like a not nice guy. I don't know. He's always seems angry.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but in him in the clubhouse, behind closed doors, whatever. But I mean, the whole raccoon situation, I hate to bring that up, but I mean, that's got to be evident of something, dude. Like
Yeah.
something, something's not right with that guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Seems like kind of a prick.
And Nimmo, you think he turns it around?
Yeah, I do think so.
So not really concerned about that contract.
No, and I think Nimmo, you put other guys around him again that are, like have good heads on their shoulders and also produce well. That guy feeds off of other people doing well, at least from what I've seen in the past. So I think he'll be fine.
Any thought of keeping Sevy beyond this year, or do you think it's automatic trade deadline deal?
Yeah, you can't bring him back. Well, I mean, I guess maybe if you're like, hey, if he wants to go in the bullpen, I feel like we'll try him in the bullpen.
But you don't think he's earned the right to be a starter up to this point? Or are you just kind of expecting that second half taper if they keep him the whole season?
Definitely expect the second half taper. And to be honest, dude, I want to see like almost like an entirely new rotation next season.
Wow.
Like,
But
honestly,
Saga, or you're concerned?
I mean, we'll see what he's like when he comes back
what's
from
the
injury,
update?
dude. I think he threw. If he's playing catch still, I think. Like,
He
it's
was
not,
supposed to be back like a month ago
Yeah.
or more.
more than that.
Yeah. And what is he coming back from?
Let's double check here. I don't want to say anything wrong.
Shoulder strain.
Shoulder strain. Oh, it's April 20. No, we're saying a shoulder strain, 60-day IL. Is there anything that's like recent, dude? 1 month ago. Live bullpen. Literally, though, I have a torn posterior shoulder capsule. That's what was wrong.
Wow.
So clearly something significant in his throwing shoulder. But he threw 21 pitches to a group of minor leaguers brought in from Brooklyn for that specific purpose. Reached mid-90s with his fastball. I guess that's cool. But again, this was a month ago, dude. Like you threw a
That's
bullpen
crazy.
session a month or batting practice a month
And there's
ago.
nothing. Oh, what's
wait,
the
hold on,
3 days ago?
Alvarez
Light catch.
playing light catch, dude. Like, what is that?
Oh, I didn't realize the London series is next week.
Oh yeah, it's like tomorrow, dude. It's
it
June
tomorrow?
6th to the 9th, I think. It's probably not tomorrow.
It would be.
That would be. There's no way they're traveling and have no day off. Where am I? Here we go. The schedule here. Yeah, there's Philly.
Are they
Saturday.
Oh, so they have 2 days off.
Yeah, that makes sense. The travel day.
Oh, okay. Huh.
So there we go.
So you get Manaea and Quintana versus Suarez and Walker.
Oh,
Do you know? I wonder if this is the same field that they played out when the Yankees played the Red Sox.
I just had it up on what field it is. I guess I could also look at it.
Because I don't know if you remember, this center field, I think, was only 396 or something.
Really?
And it was like people were just.
London,
I think the games like, each had like 20 runs scored.
London Stadium, really?
Yeah.
What London State, was that where they played? Did they play at London Stadium?
I think so. I mean, if you look up the wiki page, it'll show you.
Wiki. London Stadium. Maybe London series. Mets, Phillies, Cardinals, Cubs. Yankees, Red Sox.
Yeah, so it is the same field.
Yeah.
Boy, that
First game was 17-13. Second game was 12-8.
Yeah, I told you 30 runs in the first game.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And that was it was
19, it says.
Oh, wow. Okay.
2019.
So I mean it's
Kinda
kind of
crazy.
cool, I guess.
No, I think
but
it is cool, dude.
I just think though it is tough doing a division game because like you've already cut down on those as it is, and now you're taking away more home games. That's the only thing. But
Kind of crazy, dude. Yeah, no, it is like it's only 2 games too. Like, I think it's weird that's only 2 games.
yeah.
Yankees did
And
2 games
why
too.
I don't remember the Cubs Cardinals last year. Scoring went way down. Must have changed the field dimensions.
Yeah, maybe. Attendance was a little bit down too.
Yeah. So interesting stuff there.
Yes, it is. Very interesting stuff there, Brian. I'm hyped. I hope Jay gets in.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
That would be sick.
Get some footage from
Like,
that.
I'm really
Just to
jealous,
kind of
like,
see what the
he's
vibe is in the
Yeah.
crowd and stuff.
really jealous of him.
I guess other than that, what's for lunch?
It's a great question, dude.
Nothing yet today.
Actually, I made a breakfast this morning, dude. Egg
Mhm.
sausage. It was delicious. I had it before I came in, so I'm not really that hungry. So I don't know. We may skip lunch today, and have like an early dinner before gaming corner tonight. Sort of deal.
Gotcha.
What's for dinner tonight, though? I don't know.
TBD.
TBD, dude.
Yeah, and gaming corner.
Gaming corner tonight, 8 p.m. N64 games. Mike and I are gonna be playing. It's gonna be a lot of fun, dude. I think we're gonna have a blast. Definitely gonna be a good time. Nostalgic, no doubt, dude. N64, Brian? New kid?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I used to play Mario Kart a lot, and then I've talked to you about it. But like, is it Super Mario 64? Like jumping into the paintings?
Yes.
That was probably my favorite.
That's sick, dude. Yeah.
I've never completed that game though.
I've never beaten that game.
You still have it?
Yeah.
Have you guys played it on the gaming corner yet or no?
No.
Probably not, because it's
No.
more of like it's a 1-person game.
Yeah, it's single player. You can.
That would be like you solo. Type
me
of deal.
solo, him
Yeah.
watching, maybe you switch on and off.
Do you
or,
do
like,
the
once in a while.
cart on there at all? Or
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
okay.
of course,
and,
dude.
and do you like it better than on the Switch?
I mean, no. It's definitely a better game now. Like there's just like more items. It's more
Yeah.
like exciting. The last minute, whatever, you lose first place. Like it's a lot more exhilarating, I feel.
Gotcha.
But obviously, the original is always great too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Of course, dude.
And then Josh did ask you before, what if they moved to Connecticut? The Mets?
I mean, come on, dude.
What?
Is this a real question?
Yeah. If they moved to Stanford, in all seriousness.
If they moved, I wouldn't be a Mets fan. Like
Really?
I would not be.
Even right on the New York line there.
Doesn't
Just
matter,
can't do
dude.
it. Wow.
If they become the
so you'd
Connecticut
be a
Mets,
Yankee fan.
No, I don't have to figure something out. I don't know.
And then Matthew Ryan on the way out, shouting out Kev, saying you kick rocks because no one is, or is that what he said? No one is excited for the
No
Stanley
one's
Cup
excited
final?
for Stanley Cup final.
But I'm
I'm
confused.
just saying like us, like we are it maybe.
I mean, come on. I mean, I think everybody feels the same
I mean,
way.
I feel like you're juiced up, dude. The Oilers this is like your dream, Brian.
No. I mean, yes. Do I want to see that happen? But to be honest, Tony, I will end up watching the games. But I would.
Oh yeah.
It's like the same thing of going to a museum. Like I also would be completely fine not watching 1 second of the finals. I don't know how you feel about that. Honestly. It wouldn't feel like I'm missing out on anything though. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I always like to watch, I guess. Especially if it's like an elimination game and they're gonna hoist the cup and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's no, like you said, I mean, I wouldn't be if I only see that, that's fine.
Yeah, it's not like
If I only see that one game, that's fine.
yeah. Like I don't even like I almost think I don't know. I'm almost maybe a little more excited for the NBA finals. Just because of the whole Dallas, Kyrie, Luka.
The Kyrie thing is crazy back
Yeah.
in Boston.
Right or no?
And honestly, I was listening. Yeah, no, I am pretty robbed for that. And Porzingis coming back apparently too. So that's
Yeah.
gonna be huge for the Celtics. Like, it's gonna be a fucking series, dude.
Yeah. So game 1 tomorrow.
Honestly, if the Celtics weren't getting Porzingis back, it probably would be a wash. I feel.
Yeah, no, I still Dallas all the way though. I don't care about.
I still
Porzingis.
think Dallas all
Yeah.
the way, but I think it's gonna be like
Like I feel like Luka just has that look in his eye.
he does,
You know?
dude. And him against Porzingis is going to be funny.
Yeah, I forgot about that angle as well. So a little reunion for this
dude.
year's edition of the NBA Finals. But that is the end of this edition of the Sports Report. We really appreciate everybody who tuned in today and continues to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jane Costume, the merch at downtimetv.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day. Enjoy Gaming Corner. Let's go Yankees, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do.